There is a desire that arises in certain lifetimes that is not your ordinary kind of desire. We're very familiar with ordinary desires. They're part of the perpetuation of life form. The desire to eat serves the continuance of the life form. It's a natural desire. It's found in all kingdoms, and it's fine. But this desire for true freedom, desire for real fulfillment, which appears in your lifetime, paradoxically, can only be realized if you don't do anything for its realization. Now, this cannot be believed, and so you are given lots of things to do. But what you are given to do is designed to wear down your desire for doing. In meditation practice, which I'm sure many of you have or have had or tried to have, there is either a focusing and a concentration of the mind or a stilling of the mind and body. And what that points to eventually is that when the mind's activity is at rest, there is fulfillment, there is peace. There are meditations where you do prostrations, where you do service, and all of those meditations are designed to still the mind so that it is not obsessing on what object is needed to reveal this true fulfillment, to reveal the resolution of the longing for truth. When I met my teacher, I had attempted many forms of meditation. Obviously not successfully, or I wouldn't have still had the desire. I had had moments of beauty, moments of transcendence, moments of true knowing, and yet the underlying longing, the underlying sense of how do I get it? How do I keep it? I've got to find a way. I've got to find out how. Was still operating. So I prayed for a teacher, and I met my teacher. And my teacher told me to stop, just as I have mentioned in here the past 2 nights. He extended to me an invitation, which I am happy to extend again to you. This moment, stop right where you are. Stop all effort to get whatever it is you think will give you fulfillment. Whatever it is you think will give you truth. All that is required is one instant of truly stopping. This one instant is elusive to most people because in approaching the instant of stopping, there usually arises an enormous welling of fear. If I stop, if I really stop, there is the fear that I will slide back, that I will lose the ground that I have gained through my efforts, through my practices. Even though I'm still not fully satisfied, I'm more satisfied. It's a better life. My mind is calmer. My circumstances are better, and I might lose all of that. That's the risk. Sooner or later, all will be lost anyway. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's reality. This whole lifetime will be lost. All the accumulations of this lifetime will be lost. If you have faith in other lifetimes, then this lifetime is a hope that the next lifetime you will stop. It was quite extraordinary for me to hear this from my teacher, this stop. I was certain that he was going to give me some secret knowledge. Well, it is secret knowledge, but it's only secret because it's so obvious. It is not esoteric. I was certain that he would whisper some magical formula in my ear, and he did. He said, "Stop. Stop." It was so simple that I was thrown. I stopped. He threw me to the floor with that, not physically, but literally. My mind stopped. And there is fulfillment. And more. More than can ever be imagined. What we imagine as fulfillment has to do with lack of pain or more pleasure, lack of conflict or more peace, more acknowledgement, more love. This is all what can be imagined. But true fulfillment cannot be imagined. It can only be realized. I speak to very many people, well, very many more people than I ever dreamed I would be speaking to, all over the world. The excuses are the same all over the world. I speak to people in prison. The excuses are the same. And when the excuses are dropped, when the justification stops, when there is a willingness to let go for one instant everything that one has learned about what one needs to do to get fulfillment, there is fulfillment. I have been with men in Folsom Prison who are doing life in prison, and I watch them weep in the fulfillment of their own heart. Big, burly, bad-looking men. I have watched so-called spiritual seekers with their tightly knit categories refuse to surrender for one instant. I don't know which category you're in, prisoner or spiritual seeker. But the invitation is offered just as freely to one as the other. And the capacity is just as great in one as the other. It may be harder for the spiritual seeker than the prisoner, because the prisoner has no hope. These men who are doing life are absolutely disillusioned with how it turned out. They failed. It didn't work. All their grandiose ideas, all their schemes didn't work. And they know it, the ones who are mature enough to face it. They know it. And in that knowingness, there is a ripeness. There is a willingness to bear the horror that goes with the disillusionment. And in that bearing of the horror of the disillusionment, there is an opening. Who am I? What is life? What is free this moment?